All right, let's try another one that's not card-based. In a room of 20 people, 15 watched Once Upon a Time. Anyone? One person. Really? And 13 watched New Girl. Anyone? Same person. Good. Good job. And 11 watched both. Picking a person at random, find the probability that, boom, part A, they watched New Girl. So again, I'm asking for probabilities. So I want part over whole. What is the numerator going to represent in part A? How many people watch New Girl? 13. What's the denominator going to represent? How many people total are there? 20. Done. Doesn't reduce. Leave it alone. Part B, how many people, probability that they watch Once Upon a Time. Numerator represents they watch Once Upon a Time. How many is that? Over 20. Good. That reduces down to 3/4. Part C, they watch either one or both. How'd you get that? Right. But it doesn't say watch New Girl and Once Upon a Time. It says or. So, or means we're going to have to add here. How many watch New Girl? Plus, how many watch Once? But if we just straight up add these, two big issues. One, it's over 20, and we only have 20 people in the room. Two, we'll be double counting people. How many people would we be double counting? 11. So what do we say here? Minus 11. Good. All over 20. What is 13 plus 15 then minus 11? D, they do not watch once. Shame on them. Well, there's 20 people in the room, 15 watch once. How many do not watch once? 5. Remember, just because they don't watch once doesn't mean they also watch, or they watch New Girl doesn't mean they also don't watch once. So out of the 20 people in the room, 15 do watch it, which means 5 don't. How many don't watch either show? We will vote for 12. We will vote for 2. We will vote for 9. I'm holding on. The correct answer, 3. Why? In part C, we learned 17 out of 20 watch either one, which means 3 of them don't. I'm going to show you how to do it via Venn diagram to make it a little more visual. So, but a couple comments. One, I should really have a part F on here, and that would be they watch New Girl and Once Upon a Time. So I'm going to sneak that off to the side. New Girl and Once. Well, there's that word and. And usually means to multiply. In this case, it does not. Why? How many people are we picking? Picking a person at random, find the probability that. How many people are we picking? 1. When you're only doing one thing, and means overlap. It does not mean multiplying. So where's the overlap of the New Girl watchers and the Once Upon a Time watchers? How many of those are there? Careful. I think I heard it. 11 watch both out of 20. So since we're picking one and only one person, The probability that they watch both is 11 out of 20. Do not multiply here. That's common number 1. Common number 2. Let me duplicate this. Boop. And then let me erase the page. Boop. All right. Now let's do this using a Venn diagram. In a Venn diagram, you have a rectangle, which represents the entire sample space. And then you have circles, which represents the sets within the sample space. We have 2 circles. We have a once upon a time circle, and we have a hey girl, what you doing circle. I'm not going to attempt to sing that. It gets up way too high. So we have 4 sections here. We have a left crescent. This section represents only the people that watch once. We have a middle leaf shape that represents the people that watch both. We have a right crescent. This represents the people that only watch New Girl. And then we have this outer region. What does this represent? Careful. They watch neither because they're outside of the circle. So let me get rid of that because I don't want these. Okay. If you're going to go by the Venn diagram approach, you basically work inside out. So you start with the leaf shape here, and that represents those that watch both. How many watch both? 11. Now let's complete the entire once circle, which is the left crescent and the leaf combined. If 15 total watch once, 11 of which happen to also watch New Girl, how many only watch once? 4. Because the 4 and the 11 would make the 15. Now let's complete the New Girl circle. Of 13 people watch New Girl, 11 of them happen to also watch once. So how many only watch New Girl? 2. Well, how many total people have been accounted for? 17 out of 20. So how many watch neither? 3. So a Venn diagram might be very beneficial for this section and also the next section because you can just point and go, okay, let me just count this, call it a day.